May the love of our Heavenly Father continue to infiltrate your souls and awaken all that is within, transforming your very being with His love. There are many efforts being made in your world at this time, to help uplift humanity and shift the consciousness of all who live upon your world, for there has never been a more serious time in the history of your world than now, because the world is so in need of healing and balance. So all spirits and angels, and the great soul of God are focused upon your world. Your world is the great center of life, that crucial element of all that is in the human and spirit world which brings life, the great pearl of light that God has created in order to spawn greater life, the continuance of life in all its expressions and evolution. Humanity is the greatest of God's creations upon this world, imbued with so many potentials and possibilities, empowered with free will, and given the blessing of a soul. This one aspect of humanity is the great difference between us and all other creatures of the world and in the universe. This great gift of a soul allows us such powers to create, to be an expression that reflects the divine, given its transformation and at-one-ment with God. As I have spoken so often, the world has come to a turning point. In this situation that man has created for itself, there are great opportunities as well as great dangers in the ongoing progress of humankind. The gift of free will, determines so much in your world as humanity is such a great force to be reckoned with, upon your planet. If in some way a resonance and unity can be found amongst humanity directing its efforts towards light, towards constructive actions, intentions, and goals, then indeed the powerful momentum that has been created by the darkness proliferated by man can be neutralized, and its course reversed towards greater life complying with the laws of creation, the laws of life. But indeed, the dark forces of your world are great. Unfortunately, they continue to gain power with each moment as each individual contributes to this powerful condition with their thoughts and actions, not knowingly giving to this power, but through ignorance, through habit, through the many aspects of human nature and the human condition, they do so. All continue to add to this dark force. Indeed, there are forces in the spirit world who contribute to this situation. They too are unknown or unrecognized by the vast majority in your world. The power of the darkness is immense. It infiltrates almost every part of life. It touches those most beautiful expressions of humanity with darkness and error, ever seeking to draw even the most beautiful and light-filled souls into the depth of these dark conditions. There are those who have an idea that God created dark and light in order to balance His creation. I say to you that this is not correct, that God only created light. God's intention is for light to proliferate and for the journey of humanity, and all creation is towards greater harmony and greater light. Darkness has been created by man, the thoughts, inclinations, nurturance of contrary conditions, which humanity has been empowered to create but has not been encouraged to do so by God or by the forces of light. Rather, humanity has, from the very beginning of its creation, decided to exert its will and move upon his own unique path, separate from that unifying potential that God gave to humanity, from the beginning to seek at-one-ment rather than separation. Through the long eons of time, so this condition that humanity has created has grown. The seed of darkness has come from the desires of the individual. Indeed, these dark desires are inherited from one to another, from parents to child, and so forth, building such a great momentum and power that indeed, the will of God for so many is completely ignored and misunderstood. Through these darkened times, the blessings and love of God have been perverted into ideas and dogma which many choose to follow and obey, putting aside their own responsibility to reach God, giving that power and inclination to those who they feel are in authority, therefore releasing from themselves this holy gift and choice. The vast majority of humanity lives in ignorance and strife, and struggles greatly in your world, not seeing nor understanding that each individual soul has great purpose and potential. The sense of meaning and direction within each individual is not present within the mind. Rather, it is the relentless pursuit of material gain, comfort, safety, the most basics of needs, which has been raised up and made into a sort of religion. The cultures and consciousness of humanity around the world seek these things above all else. Indeed, it is sad to think that the consciousness of humanity has devolved in its mindful and spiritual progression into such basic ideas and formulations of the purpose of life. Too few wish to go deeper than these rudimentary ideas. This lack of sophistication of thought and philosophy has made humanity vulnerable to the dark forces of your world. As I have said, many are asleep and many are lost. The task to uplift humanity is overwhelming in scope. Yet, there are those few in your world who continue to make efforts to do so, who make efforts within themselves to bring greater light, and to disperse the darkness of the human condition. These brave souls represent the hope for humanity, for without spiritual awakening and enlightenment, most are doomed to a life that is not in harmony with God's laws to any great degree. Though certainly in your Western cultures, you wear the veneer of a happy life, one that is insulated from the dangers and ravages of the world. But, if one looks beyond this veneer into the souls of those who live these ascetically beautiful lives, there is a great hollowness and longing for something deeper. Humanity was not created to be merely instruments of the five senses, responding moment by moment and ruled by a mind so very well developed, but lacks a true sense of self. A great dilemma indeed, beloved souls, a great dilemma, which is in great need of rectification. There are many thousands of angels and spirits who continue to forge a link with those souls who are willing and open to be guided and uplifted. To touch the souls of many is our great work. Thus, we speak as we do at this time to encourage humanity to look beyond the superficial, to see life differently, to shift in accordance with the need to discover truth and to live within it. Indeed, there is a great restlessness within many, as their souls are touched by the forces of light, the forces of God, in great efforts to awaken humanity. There are many blessings, streams of light and healing, peace and truth flowing upon your world. Indeed, there is some recognition of this, but there needs to be a great many others who will recognize that there is change coming, that this change is meant to disperse the darkness, to shift the consciousness of humanity, and to awaken the souls of all. It is a great effort, one that has been planned for a very long time, for we in the higher realms of the spirit world and the celestial world can see beyond the horizon of men's perception and can see what is to come, the details of which can only be determined by humanity and their choices. But indeed, the inevitable outcome of what we call God's plan for the salvation of humanity will be enacted. At this time, it is imperative that humanity looks within, opening up those deeper senses, so feared and ignored, so that they may feel and know within themselves that indeed the time for change is upon us. I foresee that many souls will come to this realization. The concern that we have is that humanity may come to this realization too late. What I mean by this statement is that as the forces of change come to your world, wave upon wave, if humanity does not recognize and seek to come into alignment with these forces of change, then they will suffer greatly. For what humanity has created in its long history is about to be rent asunder by forces beyond the reckoning of men. So, the great choice of man is, shall we accept and allow ourselves to be a part of this great and wondrous effort to bring harmony to our world, or will we resist and fight, bringing great fear, anger and resentment, those human qualities that indeed engender darkness and bring to so many great pain? It is a powerful inclination within men, within their minds, to have independence, to not be obedient to the will of others, or the will of God, rather to be empowered in a way that they may have dominance in their lives and consequently, dominance of the world. This inclination now must be put to rest, for humanity must see that they are a part of God's creation, and that indeed they have a part to play and enact within that creation. But, without wisdom, without love, without deep insight and perception, their ability to enact and express their full potentials and place within creation is severely limited. It is time to bring light into this matter of human will. It is time to recognize that those aspects of humanity, which are so highly developed and in control of their perceptions and their ideas, that of the minds of men, cannot and will not bring about a reconciliation of the contrary measures and actions of men to all aspects of this world of yours created by God. The mind lacks the ability to do so, because it is a limited part of humanity, which is so very admired and nurtured. Indeed, its capacities to create, to perceive, to manipulate the matter of this world is great, but done so without the wisdom of the soul, creates further disharmony and further complications. As humanity lacks the consciousness of God, and thereby cannot see this great picture, this great truth of God's creation, they are doomed to fail as they continue to build their great structures, their great societies, enacting their ideas, and in doing so, feel so empowered. Yet, so much rests upon a flimsy foundation. That foundation is empowered by the imaginations of men, the ideas, the premises from which man has created his societies and cultures. The soul is not a recognized part of this process. Indeed, humanity continues to be distant from its own soul and continues to see from its blinkered perceptions of the very truth of its existence. These things will change in short order. Indeed, the limited perceptions of the mind will be open to the truth. It is for humanity to accept the truth, to see for themselves what they have created in the world, both good and bad, and come to the realization of their own vulnerability, for much is indeed vulnerable and susceptible to the forces of change that are coming and are upon us now. Beloved souls, open your eyes. Awaken to the truth. It is within you. God will place the truth within every individual, provided they are willing to accept and to be receptive to this gift that God is giving to humanity. Whether they rely purely upon their natural capacities and soulful state, or go beyond this to a soul awakened by the blessing of divine love, these perceptions will be conferred upon humanity. They will begin to see, often with horror, the results of their own creation. They will begin to recognize the folly of these perceptions that they carry, that they are all powerful and can indeed create a world that is a reflection of man so perfectly, so concisely that it will fall into lockstep with the ways of the created world. Yet, you see for yourselves that the world is changing, and responses to the efforts of man are not as expected and not desirable. This is just one example of men's folly, their delusions, thinking that they indeed can proliferate upon this world of yours and do so forever, engaging and empowering their minds, so that they may indeed grow ever more powerful in their capacities to dominate the world. Indeed, these errors of thinking and doing are about to dissolve within this great change that comes. Humanity will be humbled. Humanity will come to realize its folly. This is not because God wishes for His children to suffer, for indeed He does not. He wishes for all to know a life fulfilled, a life that is of light and joy. God has allowed humanity its way since creation. Now there is a need for a great correction in the path that is taken, for without this correction, humanity will in time destroy God's creation. This will bring great disharmony to the universe, for all is connected, all is a part of a great swirling expression of God's creation, that is ever seeking harmony and light. If humanity could but see the immensity and wonderment of God's creation and its beauty, its precision, its light, then indeed humanity would be humbled by this perception. Humanity would realize that it is just one small part of a vast expression of God. In this humility may come a desire to truly be in harmony with this expression, with God's creation. There is great potential within humanity to do so, given their choices, those actions, thoughts and feelings that are in harmony with the great laws of God's creation. In this way, humanity would realize its true potentials, would realize harmony, would eliminate darkness and bring greater light. But, until humanity comes to recognize the greater part of itself, which is the soul, then these things cannot be realized, these things cannot come to be, for it requires the perceptions and wisdom of the soul, the understanding of what is and what can be. So we urge you, beloved souls, to pray, to beseech God to bless you so that you may come to know your own souls, and this opening, understanding of your soul comes with the blessing of God's love within it. In this way, you become truly empowered with the capacity to see beyond the limitations of the mind, and to venture forth into the vast realizations of a universe revealed through the soul's perceptions. God has much to give to each soul. God wishes for humanity to grow and prosper, to continue to seek and realize its expressions, and do so in harmony and love. It does not require great tomes of books, complex dissection of the many layers of God's creation, nor any other thing other than the opening of the soul to God, bringing together God's creation, which is you and His great soul. This is the highest of goals for each individual upon your world. It is not difficult to attain, but requires your focus and efforts. To humbly go to God in prayer is to acknowledge that you as an individual cannot truly be empowered and grow without God's assistance and blessings. With this humble assertion, then so much may be open to the individual and those gifts within may be realized and awakened. The great potentials of each individual are wondrous in scope and can be realized in prayer. I know that this is a difficult thing to accept, as for many, there is a great bias within the minds to go beyond that assertion of power to a place of humility and grace, seeking the wisdom and blessings of God. But indeed, I beseech you all, come to your heavenly Father. Seek His blessings, and all that you see in the world, these great dilemmas, threats, and problems, will dissolve into a harmonious relationship and alignment between you and God. The power of love will do this, beloved souls. The power of love will change everything. It is the one great power that humanity has neglected to research and come to realize what love truly is. It is time for humanity to do so, for it is the missing ingredient, that force that will unify and bring into harmony all other things. That power does not come from you individually, but comes from God to all of His children. In this, there will be a great unification so that all may move in harmony and resonance towards the great goal of creation, which is for greater harmony and light. Without this realization and acceptance, indeed, darkness will proliferate, at least at the hand of man, but will be corrected by the hand of God. Nothing within man's capacities can stop this from happening, but there is everything within humanity to assist and engage with God in this great venture of healing and balance. I beseech you, seek God. Go within yourselves. Speak to God with your hearts, with everything you have within you, so that you may open the way for God's blessings upon you. It is a simple act, but an act that is difficult for many. It is time to seek your true selves, and to seek the truth of this wondrous universe in which you inhabit. You will find yourselves in great joy and revelation. You will find yourselves on the road to redemption, and all those acts that you have done that have created darkness within you and within the world, all those aspects of the human condition that you have inherited and created within you, which reflects the desire to bring more into your lives that is not of love, all those impulses, thoughts, barriers and feelings that are not of love, will be transformed and brought into harmony by the power of God's touch upon you, the essence of His soul, flowing into your soul. May you take the step beyond darkness, beyond all that which is not in harmony with God's creation towards love and light. In this way, you add to the solution of these great problems and dilemmas you face in your world. It begins with each individual. As you grow in light, so you influence your brothers and sisters in light. You bring to them a great blessing of light. God will use you to touch their souls, to ignite a longing within them. So it will go one to another, healing the world, bringing harmony back to God's creation and to each aspect of God's creation in your world. Can you imagine a world filled with love, filled with joy, and yes, even pleasures and expressions of creativity and many things, but those things transformed with the potential and harmony of love expressed through the soul? It is a world which we aspire to assist you to create. It is a world which God intends to be. So we rest upon your desire and your effort to take that first step, to go beyond the great power of the mind to that of the soul, and to do so with those feelings and longings and vulnerability which come when one goes beyond that secure place that is so rigid and narrow to the expansiveness of the soul in relationship with God. It is an open door, beloved souls, an invitation to all, for now is the time. There is no other time than now, to make that choice and to realize that the choice you make is, and will be, the most important choice of your life, for it has the potential to change everything. May you be blessed in your efforts, beloved friends. May you continue to grow in love and light. It is your great contribution to humanity every time you seek the truth and you receive the blessings from God. As you enact these changes within you and apply the truth that you know, so you contribute to the world and bring light to the world. Every single soul is needed in this great effort to change the world from darkness to light. God bless you, beloved souls. I am with you in this effort. Many, many thousands upon millions of spirits and angels are with you in this effort. May the change and healing begin with the one light that is lit within your soul. God bless you. I am your brother and friend, Jesus. I come once again to speak to your world, beseeching you to seek light and truth and to express love. God bless you. I am with you.